the December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast. What a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On play action, now Carr. Anderson a first down and more. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense for the Packers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing Jones. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They'll try and throw for it here. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
2nd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the 1st. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Pollard. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Now Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll go out near midfield at the 4th. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Jones. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Woo! Touchdown, Jaguars. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Extra point by Bass, up and good. That'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and 5 now. Carr steps away to his left. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now a give here to Pollard. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd down and goal. Carr to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Touchdown, Packers! Jonnu Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Here's Jones to throw on third down. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check 93 for Mike. 93 for Mike. You're not ready. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Back to throw. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Carr. He's going to go up top again. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Pollard again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. Right back to Waddle, and this time he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on 3rd down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes him.
Jones now on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that fourth down stop. Points would be... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian McCaffrey, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Bass now for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this the holiday season because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jalen Waddle, 32 yards. And the Jaguars stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That caught by Tremble. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Jones on 3rd down. Here's a diving catch right side. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jalen Waddle, 65 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Jags come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.